riding and we trapping. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. I hope everybody's having a good day, having a good morning, man. I really do appreciate you. Hey, all my minds riding in, man. Make sure you hit that like and share button, man. We need to push this content out to the algorithm, out to the masses, man. Shout out to y'all. We in here, man. Hey, let your auntie, cousin, baby mama, sister, brother, let them know that we live in the trap with it, man. Make sure you send them notifications. Make sure you send that to everybody that you know, man. Let them know, man. We trying to get this trap line jump around the corner now. You know how we do it. Let's go. We back in the trap with it, baby. Let's do it. Shout out to all my folks. Shout out to Facebook in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my YouTube people. Shout out to everybody under the sound of my voice, man. Let's do it. Hey, shout out to Mr. Big Flock in the building. Shout out to Miss Regina Green with the green. There's my eye, man. The member, trap member sliding in, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Miss Brandon Mahoney. Hey, make sure you say something so I can give you a shout out real quickly, man. Let's do it. Hey, everybody hit that share button. Everybody hit that like button. Let's get this thing done the proper way like it should be done. You understand me? Let's get it. Shout out to my folk, you know. We in here. But first and foremost, we gotta make sure them haters doing the most what they was put on God's green earth to do, and you already knew that's hate, man. Let's get this trap jump around the corner. You already know how we do it. Let's get it thing jumping now. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to my folk. Let's get it. Yeah.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face.
Let's go.
I just blew a bag, ran it back the same.
We just trapping on a Friday. Yeah.
Came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but
just let them hate. Hey.
That would make them hate.
Let's
That
do
would
it.
make them hate. Hey. And we just getting cake.
And they just in the way.
Hey. That would make them hate. That would make them hate.
Let's do it.
Cause we just getting cake.
And they just in the way. Hey.
Landlord is showing how to ball.
Let's get it.
You ain't even on the team. You
just a ball.
Real high. Used to ride knockouts.
But it's real now.
Real fly.
I probably average your career high.
Nigga one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' a deal. Long live CEO, CIP the dollar.
Let's do it.
Took my brother,
Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's
turn me
go.
to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. Now I'ma run of them comma, f*** the summer, run of them numbers. Yeah. I know that they hate the way it ball, man. Rockin' all this ball, man. Street made on the chain. I can't see a thing, all this money in my face.
Let's go.
I just blew a bag, ran it back the same.
We just trapping on the Friday. Yeah.
We came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad,
But screw it, just let them hate. Hey.
that would make them hate. That would make them hate. Hey. And we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey. That would make them hate. That would make them hate.
Hey.
Cause we just getting K
And they just in the way. Hey. Now you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching me through your phone, but I promise you, you in the trap, sir.
Trap.
I promise.
Trap.
Make no mistake about it, man. You already know what day it is and you already know what time it is. It's a Friday, TGIF vibe, man.
They can get today collecting, man. F you, man. Go get some money. Go get some money. Ain't nobody getting no credit on no damn project.
Ain't nobody giving no credit on no damn project.
Trap.
You already know.
Trap.
Hey, you got to pay the full fee, man. You got to pay the full fee for this good old Cowboys content. But I hope everybody's doing good, man. You already know. I don't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of these shows no more, man. I'm trying to make sure I can get it out here when I can, man. So I hope y'all appreciate the time and the effort, man. You understand? But I know I ain't been doing as many shows as I need to, but I'm trying to get it out here to y'all. So, you know, when I can, when I'm free, I'm trying to give y'all some of that good old trap stuff, man. You know, they don't know nothing about that, you know? But we do got a lot of conversations to have, a fully loaded show. So, hey, let's go and get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Was that a bird or a plane? What was it? I'm not sure. Hold on. Oh. It's nefarious news, of course. That's what it is, man. Shout out to everybody out here rocking. And we already know we got trap topics of the day. You understand? We got several things to talk about today. It's a fully loaded show. And prayers up to my Alabama guy, man. Roll Tide Tua ended up having another concussion. And a lot of people spoke out about it, man. It says, this is from Dez Bryant, Cowboys on. It says, that's it, NFL. Go ahead, do the right thing. Tua has entirely way too many concussions. And then I think this is Shannon Sharp down here. Forgive me for the graphic being cut. It says he's got to seriously think about shutting it down. He's a young man with his entire life ahead of him. And that's what's up, man. And hey, it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I really rock with Tua. A lot of people don't, but I do. I'm an Alabama guy, but I actually like the skill set that Tua has. So, man, it's sad for me to see him, can't stay healthy. His body betraying him, basically. So, but hey, almost who that was, Steve Young. Steve Young had a lot of concussions, and he had to end up wrapping it up. So, after a while, you got to choose between your health and, your football career. The rest of your life or your football life, you know what I'm saying? And that should be an easy decision. So I don't know if Tua is at the level to where he got to step away yet. I know it's getting close and it's getting too frequent with these concussions, man. But, hey, he going to have to make a decision after a while. And if it happens again, if he want to battle back and come back out here and it happens again, then unquestioned, it should be time for him to wrap it up, man. And that'll be a sad day for me. But shout out to Miss Brandon Mahoney with the $4.99 for you, man. I appreciate you, man. Trap. She says, Saints fans talking mess, and I am trying not to respond and let them have their moment because they only relevant right now because they playing us. You already know they gonna try to turn up against us, Miss Brandy, because nobody cares about the Saints until they play us, like you said. This is gonna be their biggest game of the year. This gonna have the most views that they gonna ever have for the rest of the year. So, they gonna want to try to soak into that moment, man. They want to try to act up against us. You know what I'm saying? They know the world is watching. If they wasn't playing us, no one would be paying attention to them. I want to know what their views was against the Panthers game. That's what I want to know, When they played the Panthers, let me know what their viewership was. And we seen ours. We had a very high viewership. They tried to say it was Brady effect, but no. The Cowboys always, box office, big time, showtime. You already know how we do. But shout out to Mr. DC4L, DC4 Life, Texas in the building. What's happening with you? He says, with the $5 super, he says, Cowboys Nation, be good and safe on this Friday 13th. DC4 Life, let's freaking go, Cowboys. I ain't even know it was Friday the 13th, man. Good grief. That brings my antennas up. Yikes. I'm glad we ain't playing today, though. I'll tell you that much. I'm glad we ain't playing today. Shout out to Miss Nisa sliding in, or member sliding in for the win. But I bring up Tua to say this. Let me see. Let me get back to this. I bring up Tua to get on to this. Our guy. Hold on. I got to skip that.
The ball's supposed to go.
Wait a minute. Slow down. Hold your horses. Okay. Shout out to our guy, new media, Mr. J Tuck, with the tweet of the year almost, I'll say, Trap. Shout out to J Tuck over there, CFO Sports, man. Don't nobody be on top of this like new media, man. I just want y'all to know that. New media be on top of things. You understand? They be on top of things. But J Tuck says Dolphins need a new quarterback. Jalen Wright for Trey Lance. That's a fair deal. Now, even though I agree with I agree with J Tuck, but I think Jalen Wright, that's a running back. Even though he's good, I think we'll be kind of selling ourselves a tad bit short. But hey, I'll take it. I think he on the mindset like we almost just trying to relinquish ourselves with him and get something back for us. So hey, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd be happy with it. But I say this to say this. Jay Tuck put that on there, and next thing you know, the Twitter world went crazy. Y'all know Jay Tuck is the Twitter GOAT, man. That's who he is. And next thing you know, you see everybody tweeting Trey Lance. Now Trey Lance is trending, and everybody's talking about the Dolphins need to come over here and get Trey Lance. So how y'all feel about that? Are y'all willing to stick with Trey Lance for a long-term investment? Or do you want some gratification right now, some instant gratification for Trey Lance after 1 year? Just get you a good running back. Y'all know Jalen Wright is the running back out of Tennessee that came out last year or this year. Let me make sure. I know he came out at least last year or this year. Might be a rookie. Hold on. Jalen Wright. I think he might have came out this year. Let me see. Did he play yet? Let's see. It ain't telling me when he came out. But I know he either a rookie this year or last year he was a rookie. So somebody, if y'all know, let me know. I don't want to hold up the show. But I know Jalen Wright is a pretty decent running back. We scouted him, and, he's a bigger back. He got speed. Hey, we need somebody. I feel like if he came over here, he could be like the best running back we got, per se, talent-wise. It looked like he could step in and be probably catapult to one of the top backs on his team ASAP. He's a young guy. We'll love to use somebody of that skill set. But I thought that was a brilliant idea from Jay Tuck. Shout out to him. But let's get back into it, all right? We seen the people talking about Tua. Prayers up to him. Patrick Surtain comes out with his list of top wide receivers. And you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you acknowledging Mr. Sedarian Lamb. But listen, I'm going to die on that hill. I feel like CD is better than Justin Jefferson. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people think it's crazy, but I think he is. I think he's 1B to Tyreek Hill. I think him and Tyreek Hill are that same ilk. If not, I say 1A, 1B, 1C, goddamn. Trap. We're going to have to put a 1C on that thing if we talking about CD, man, because I feel like he is that caliber of player. Even though my guy Jared Judy talking about he feel like he the same type of caliber. I seen that. That was crazy. Like, I like Jared Judy. They came out the same year, too. But, hey, I don't think you got the catalog to be speaking of CD like that. Like, sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You got to be self-aware. And that ain't the type of career you done had, man. So you gotta bow out gracefully, Jared. You gotta bow out gracefully, sir. But somebody need to let him know because he embarrassing himself, comparing himself to Sedarian. But, man, shout out to that defensive pass rush. Most team pressures in week 1 go to your Dallas Cowboys with 40. I'm talking about they blowing these boys out, man. So this is what I want you to know. To me, it seems like Mike Zimmer is him Jones.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
The reason I say that is because you mean to tell me we got 40 out the gate? Now, I know that O-line isn't the best. I know they wasn't world beaters out there for the Browns. They had some injuries and stuff like that. I'm not worried about that. But what I am saying is I like the way that Zimmer was like, I'm still figuring out ways to get you even more one-on-ones, Micah. Like, I'm not satisfied for what I did. And he blew out the whole league in pressures, and he's still not satisfied. He's sitting down with Micah coming up with more things to be able to open them up more and get away from the chips and the double teams and still utilize Micah to an even higher ability. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see how Zim plays, with that queen on the chessboard, Micah Parsons. I can't wait to see it. Now we actually see somebody who's enthusiastic in the way that he want to deploy Micah Parsons, not just lining him up on the defensive end every single time repeatedly, giving all of those dead reps. Now you see Micah standing up off the ball, blitzing from the A gap. He's doing a lot of different things that we should have been seeing the whole time. Now we got a real defensive coordinator, big shots at that other guy, you know what I'm saying? Dairy Queen, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, man. That's just me. But shout out to Zeke, man. They said Zeke became just the third player in Cowboys history with 80-plus touchdowns, total touchdowns. Zeke joins Hall of Famers Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett. Hey, man, Zeke gonna be that dude before long, and it's a lot of negativity around Zeke. I think we might need to take a step back and just appreciate who Ezekiel Elliott was or has been for the Dallas Cowboys.
Trap.
I think sometimes we get numb to, great play or success or greatness, because Zeke done showed us greatness here with a star on his helmet. So, even though I be critical on Zeke, even though I snatched his post off my wall, all of that, you still got to give him his props, man. You can't deny the impact he had, especially in his heyday with the Dallas Cowboys. You got to put some respect on that. Tony Dorsett, Emmitt Smith, the only people that's right there with him, man. So put some respect on Zeke Dang, man. Real talk, like, for real. Y'all know I'm critical on Zeke, but you can't go against what you've seen and what he's accomplished. You can't take that away from Zeke. But right here you see Mr. Tom Brady power rankings for the NFL. And it's weird how Tom got your Dallas Cowboys at number 4.
Trap.
The reason I say it's weird because, believe it or not, they don't have the Cowboys in the top 5 nowhere else. Like, most of these other people got us, like, in the double digits. They got us down. Like, they done raised us up. I think, like, the highest one I might have seen was, like, 11. They got us scattered all around, y'all. So, Tom looks like he actually got some common sense. Maybe he might know a little something about football. It looks like it because he got us in a proper position where we should be. He looks like he gave us a little respect on that win against the Browns. Unlike most people in the mainstream media, they just went on to say that the Browns was terrible and Deshaun Watson sucked. They didn't say anything good about the Cowboys. They just said, man, the Browns suck, don't they? How you go from being an underdog to winning the game and now the other team just suck? Like,
Trap.
Y'all gotta forgive me, man. The biases and the hate be real for the Cowboys. The hate be real. So it just get me upset sometimes, man. It get me upset sometimes. You can't be an underdog and then still not get credit when you win. That's crazy. Shout out to Nick Harris on Twitter. He says heading into Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys have lost 23 consecutive contests when scoring less than 20 points. 0-23. Their last such win, a victory, 13-10 victory over the New Orleans Saints in 2018 at AT&T Stadium. So he brought back memories of that game. I remember when, was that Dan Quinn? It might have been Dan Quinn. But, or it wasn't Chris Richard, was it? All I remember was we matched up Jordan Lewis on Alvin Kamara. So now I'm thinking about it. I ain't heard too many people speak on that, but Jordan Lewis, hey, he put that boy in the Kalen Carson. He put that young man in a seatbelt.
Trap.
You know what I'm saying? That boy Jordan Lewis put that young man in a seatbelt when he went up against Alvin Kamara. So we know that Kubiak gonna want to use these players all over the field. He gonna want to move Taysom Hill at running back, tight end, fullback. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have him at wide receiver. He gonna do the same thing with Alvin Kamara. He gonna have 2 backs in the backfield. He gonna have Kamara lined up as a slot receiver on this side, on this slot, and might be splitting them out wide. So now when you think about that, when I see Alvin Kamara, I'm looking at it like, hey, if he go outside as a receiver, I'm bringing back them old demons. I'm putting my boy Jordan Lewis on that boy.
Trap.
I'm putting Jordan Lewis back on him because Jordan Lewis took it to him. Hey, and he did not back down from Alvin Kamara, and that was prime Alvin Kamara. You know what I'm saying? That was prime Alvin Kamara. So hopefully Zim has some of those little tricks up his sleeve to put match up Jordan Lewis on Alvin Kamara and stop all of that, pass catching stuff. It won't happen over here. And then, if you think about it, we got the linebackers who can actually cover him. Like, I believe Overshawn can run with him and cover him right now. For sure. I feel like Louis can cover him right now. So we ain't even really got to get out of our base for real. But, if they split him out wide, I would like Jordan Lewis to be the guy who match up with him in the slot. I would love it. And I think that'll go in our advantage, actually. Because we seen it before. We seen it be successful before with a lesser defense, by the way. With a lesser defense. Our defense wasn't as good as it is now back then. I think we had, was that Dan Quinn, y'all? Hold on. When? Nah, Dan Quinn ain't been here since 2018. That had to be Chris Richard. Let's see. Dallas Cowboys. Let's see. Y'all bear with me. Y'all know we flying this plane in the air. Shout out to Law Nation. You know what I'm saying? We building the plane while we in the air. Hold on. Oh, it was Rod? It was Rod in 2018? Wow. It say it was Rod Malinelli. So, okay. We remember they matched him up, though. They matched Jordan Lewis up with Alvin Kamara, and we was very successful, shut them down, basically. So, hey, that might be something we do again this game, especially if Alvin Kamara want to split out wide. But that was a mistake. Now, let's check out some of these ops, man. We on Op Watch. This is Tyrann Mathieu talking about our QB1, Dak Prescott.
And you're just looking at how he's kind of, I think the last few years, it's just, you've seen the progression of how he's been able to kind of take command of this offense. Do you kind of see a similar thing with him?
For sure, man. He's a confident player. He's grown, tremendously from when, I first started watching him, at Mississippi State, run up and down the field on my Tigers. But he's really coming to his own, you know what I mean? And he knows where the ball's supposed to go. He has a great arm, and yeah, man, like he's taking command of it, and you can feel it, when you're watching the tape.
A dangerous weapon that they're using CD Lamb as. They line it up everywhere. He's able to be an explosive guy. That's got to be.
Hold on, Chris C. Hayes, you right, but he got Will McClay in a very, very high position, right? He's the head of player personnel or something like that, and then you got Al Harris is the assistant head coach right now. So, maybe we could put that to bed. It is nefarious. I'm not acting like it's not suspicious now. It is a little suspicious, Mr. Hayes. But can we put it to bed a little bit? Because Al Harris is the assistant head coach. You know what I'm saying? That's a very high title. He's second in command here. So, and he's definitely a black man, so I don't know.
Probably number one on all you guys is the attention.
For sure. So. Listen, man, like he gets a high volume of targets, rightfully so. He's a great player. So they're going to move him around all over the field. I think as, corners and safeties and linebackers, we just got to be aware of where he is in the formation because he's not just a pass catcher. They give him jet sweeps. And they really try to set him up to kind of take advantage of mismatches and certain coverages. So we just got to have our head on the swivel and not let him wreck the game. But obviously they have other great players too, in that offense. So can't just kind of key in on him and let other guys have a field day.
So that was him on Dak Prescott. Hey. And I like Tyrann Mathieu, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a SEC baby, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember the Honey Badger going crazy at LSU, terrorizing everybody, man. And now he's been pretty good in the pros, too. Not to the level that we thought he was gonna be. But I think he's still one of the premier safeties in the league, man. So we can't sleep on Tyrann Mathieu. Even though he's dealing with an injury, he's been hurt a lot of the times. But when he's healthy on that field, man, Tyrann is one of the more rangy safeties it is. He's coming to hit you. I like him a lot, man. I really wish he would have been a Cowboy one day. You know what I'm saying? I just like the way he plays, the speed, the awareness. He's smart. He got a good football IQ. I like a lot of stuff about Tyrann Mathieu, though. I'm not going to hold you. But it's going to be a chess match between him and Dak Prescott because, you know, in order for us to make some deep plays, Dak going to have to manipulate that safety. That's going to be Tyrann Mathieu. He going to have to look him off with some of his moves and stuff like that. So Dak going to have to be ready for it, man. He going to have to be ready. This is Derek Carr on the defense.
I mean, they're just really talented. You know, they're really good all across the board. You know, everyone's going to talk about
hey,
for a guy to be
hold on, my bad. Dang,
they got guys inside. They have some guys
hold on. Derek Carr look like he been drinking. Derek Carr look like he been drinking. Derek Carr look like he been staying up all night. That man is stressed about them Cowboys.
Trap.
That
man is stressed, bro.
Coordinators and the way he does that. And so, you know, they have great scheme along with really, really good talent. And so, some of the smartest coaches I've ever had, guys inside. They have some guys, you know, everyone's going to talk about 11 and 90, but I mean, they got guys inside. They have some guys, other guys outside. I mean, they got guys all over the place, and they have an amazing coach, and Coach Zimmer and Coach Gunther's over there. I know Coach Gunther is with me with the Raiders, and he is one of the smartest coaches I've ever been around in my life.
Wow.
Trap.
I like him a lot, man. You know, I feel like he's going to help us out a whole lot on this defensive line as well.
You know, just the way he sees things and, sees quarterbacks and sees coordinators and the way he does that. And so, you know, they have great scheme along with really, really good talent. And so we'll definitely have our work cut out for sure.
What does make Parsons a unique challenge, though?
He's so fast. He's powerful, plays extremely hard. He's one of the best players in our game. And so I hope and think people are talking about him that way. But you know, you turn on the tape and he reminds me of Von Miller all those years that me and Von were, you know, battling, you know, 2 times a year. You know, he really reminds me of Von with that explosiveness, that get off, his understanding of what they're trying to do to him and those kind of things. Very, very impressive. And he plays off the ball too. I mean, he can literally play anywhere he wants on a defense. It's really impressive.
Yeah, you have to identify, I mean, specifically, are you trying to identify Dallas' team, or are you like, where is he? Because he lives around.
Well, both. I mean, Coach Zimmer knows that, you know, he gets in the coordinator's mind of what are they going to try and do. Well, I'm going to do this with him, and for a guy to be able to do all of those things, he's one of the better football players I've ever seen in my life. The way that he can do all those different things. So
my God, there's some high praise for Michael Parsons.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
That man said he ain't never seen nothing like it in his life. That's the best player he has ever laid eyes on. That's what he's saying. So it's crazy to see how much respect they got for us, man. And I like it. You know what I'm saying? Even though they fans been talking reckless. They fans been talking real crazy. I just can't wait for this game to be on and be over. Because I feel like we're going to handle these boys. Now, do they present a good challenge? They do. You know what I'm saying? Just scheme alone helps them, you know, be a difficult team to deal with. But I got confidence in Mike Zimmer's scheme. I feel like Mike Zimmer will be able to handle it better than, you know, some of our coaches in the past. He's a mature defensive coordinator. He's not trying to reinvent defense as a whole. You know what I'm saying? We have real linebackers. What I said in on Boss Land, we are not little no more, just like Friday. We are not little no more. We are not little no more on the line. We are not little no more at linebacker. So we got a lot bigger. So we able to bang more in these trenches, man. We able to withstand some of these old linemen trying to bully us and get easy yardage. So we're not playing like that no more. Zimmer came in and changed a lot of that stuff. Like, you're not gonna just bully us like we seen last year. Like the Buffalo game, we just got bullied, y'all. We literally just got bullied. So I don't think nobody could even contest that. Like, even the most delusional Cowboy fan you can find, we gotta admit that it was some games where we just straight up and down got bullied. And I'm willing to guarantee you that even after the first week, I'm willing to guarantee you that you will not see nothing like that happen no more. I promise you. Trap. You will not see a team just come in here and put the ball in the running back belly all game and just dominate us. You won't see that again. We don't play those type of games no more. Now, I ain't saying the team won't be able to run on us at all, but I'm just saying, like that Josh Allen game, Buffalo game, you won't see nothing like that. That's just distasteful. That's disrespectful, and it won't happen again. That's why Zimmer got the personnel he went and got, because he made it his business to say, listen, you will not do me like that. If we can't stop the run, we can't stop nothing. So we don't want to see Alvin Kamara getting going and getting positive yardage every play. That could be a long day for us. And I feel like these linebackers ain't going for it. Overshawn, Louisville, Kendricks, them boys are shooting gaps, and they all over the field, sideline to sideline, and I'm loving what I'm seeing, especially after this sample size of game 1.
It's really impressive, and it's fun to watch on film. You know, as a fan of the game, you appreciate, watching a guy like that, because you don't get to see that all the time. And so I have, yeah, he's a really good player. Yeah, really good.
Okay, I just feel like I'm ready for that, and man, I can't wait to see how this game play out. Now, it is some key things I want to go over, but let me get through this interview with Dak Prescott, man. Shout out to him. He did a marvelous, wonderful job interviewing his brother for the first time, I guess, like live on air or on a podcast. Man, he did a great job. Shout out to him, Dak Prescott. You know he a friend of the show, and he did a great job, man. Shout out to him.
Trap.
So we finna just check out a little bit of this, then we gonna cover some more topics, and I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. We gonna get on up out of here. Long as y'all rockin', we rockin'. Just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Get you some snacks and just listen.
Put on yourself. I mean, I'm going viral defending you online against all the bullshit, all the noise.
The link is in the description too. The full link to this interview is in the description at I Am an Athlete.
Whoever they may be. And in so many interviews, everything, you continuously say that you block it out. And I watch it. I mean, I see it day to day, but I've never asked you face to face, like, brother, like, how do you truly block that out?
It's easy to not turn on the TV.
Yeah.
What you see is what you become.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that. If you see too much negativity, you'll become negative. If you see too much positive, you'll become too positive, and that's not real in this world of adversity. So for me, it's about staying neutral. It's about being myself, understanding what I can control each and every day, and keeping my mindset solely on that. Nobody's opinions have ever defined me, and they never will.
True.
I was told long ago I wouldn't be the quarterback at the high school that we were at. I wouldn't be a quarterback in college. I would be a tight end in the NFL.
Yikes.
And it's not necessarily about proving anybody wrong. It's about proving myself right. And every day that I wake up, I have another opportunity to do that. And I'm gonna be cheating myself. I'm gonna be cheating MJ, cheating my family, cheating anybody that believes in what I believe in if I don't focus on that and solely on that. And when you do that, the noise becomes a joke.
Yeah.
Whether it's too good or whether it's haters. The same people that love you are sometimes the same people that are waiting to knock you down. I don't ever really allow other people's opinions to define me, and that's why I say I'm my own worst critic, and my standards and expectations for myself are greater than anyone else has for me, because I wake up every day wanting to be better than the man that I was yesterday, and not just in the game of football, but in life. And I know if I continue to do that, nobody can put limitations on anything I can do.
Man, I think that was a profound way to answer that question. Like, I love to see that from Dak, man, because it feel like after this contract, it's like Dak letting his hair down. You know what I'm saying? I know he got a low cut, but, it's like he had a few beers and he done loosened up. You know what I'm saying? Dak done turned into, he done basically revealed himself as the human being Dak Prescott, because there's a lot of people who don't see these athletes as human beings, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a very human side of Dak Prescott that we seen on that interview with him and his brother. They dialogue back and forth was amazing, man, and it gave you a lot of insight to the character that Dak Prescott is, man, and what he made up of. He was talking about the struggle and, you know what I'm saying, going without and stuff like that, man. It was real dope, man. Hold on. How Mafia Miles ain't got a wrench? What's going on? I know my guy supposed to have a wrench, man. That had to be a mistake, Mafia. Let me see. I got I don't know. That had to be a mistake. But I got you right now. You already know you one of them ones, man. I don't know what happened. Did you cuss people out, Mafia? Did you cuss people out, sir?
Trap.
Mafia Miles supposed to went on a rant one day and just cussed everybody out. Oh, he said a new channel. Oh, okay. Let me know something, man. Let me know something. Yeah, from the trailer park to the highest paid, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. That's very inspiring to me. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that good old American come-up story. You know what I'm saying? Coming from nothing to everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love that type of vibe right there. That's always been inspiring to me. So, I just love the story, man, and the dialogue.
The team that I grew up a childhood fan, and is as important as a city I've become a man in. Being drafted here at 20.
Said in the past, you know, when all the speculation.
This is about Dak and his legacy as a Cowboy, and do it define him for his success in the playoffs, aka winning the Super Bowl in Dallas.
About the contract is up, you know, this is where you want it to be. This is where you want to finish your career. And now Jerry's established that this is it, that you will be a Cowboy for life. What does that mean?
First, I plan to play more than 4 years, so Jerry's gonna owe me another contract to get that straight. But yeah, I mean, grew up a Cowboys fan, always wanted to really not only just be a Cowboy, but be in the NFL, play the game that I love and fell in love with at such a young age. And can't even really remember when I fell in love with it, but playing it at its highest level. That's what's most important to me. The fact that I'm able to do that. The team that I grew up a childhood fan, and is as important as a city I've become a man in. Being drafted here at 22, turned 23 months later, and to now be 31, starting a family. It's a blessing just to start a legacy, but to now be able to say that I'm going to finish my legacy here. I owe so much to the city of Dallas, and I want to be able to deliver my end of the deal and bring this city, bring the Jones, bring the Cowboys organization the Super Bowl that's long overdue.
Okay, I see my guy Lewis is going crazy in the chat. I ain't mad at you though, man. I ain't mad at you though. Let's talk about it. I don't want to hear Dak until he gets us to the NFC Championship. I don't care. I feel like he pimping us. Ooh, woo, he coming out. He coming out hot, man. Okay, Louis. You know I speak broken English. I don't know. Mr. Ortiz, we'll say that. Luis Ortiz. That's what it sounds like. Mr. Ortiz, answer me this. All right, we understand that Dak, I like the fact that he owning up to it and he want to get on there. He want to take that to the promised land. He want to take us to the promised land, and he want to put all that weight on his shoulder. But we got to understand that this is not just one man job though. So this is my problem when I hear people say stuff like this. Now, of course, we want to see him take us there. But at the same time, we got to understand, is it anybody else you put on that deadline, Mr. Ortiz? You know what I'm saying? It's mostly centered around the quarterback. I don't hear people saying, Zach Martin got to get us to the championship. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know that sounds strange, but this is what I'm telling you. The quarterback has just a little bit more to do with it than the other players. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he's up here with it and the other players right here with it. No. You don't hear people saying that Zach Martin ain't gave us a Super Bowl. You're not going to hear that. And as silly as that sound, that's how silly the quarterback should sound as well, man. It really should. Because on some of them plays where you like, man, Dak didn't find the open receiver. I guarantee you it was somebody in there that missed the block this play. I guarantee you it was somebody who ran the wrong route. But all we see is the quarterback didn't make the play happen. That's why it's naive. That's why when we come to this, when you hear in the trap, we gonna break it down to you so you can actually see the game for what it really is. We're not just doing the Stephen A. Smith type stuff. We're not doing that. This ain't ESPN. This the trap. We gonna keep it real with you. Everybody has equal responsibility to taking this team now. Now, do the quarterback have more? Yes. But it's not all on this one man. It's just not. Because it was sometimes Dak might have did everything right, but the other players didn't do it right, so now the play is unsuccessful. Everything in football works with each other, man. So just to say Dak got to do it is really crazy. But at the same time, I'm going to throw you a bone because I feel where you coming from. I'm going to say this. After this contract, if it ain't happen, even though it's not Dak's fault, it might just be time to try something else with Dak and other players. Like, we might just need to do something else. So I understand after so long, you got to cut ties and try something else. Now, after these 4 years, if it ain't happen, it's probably not going to happen, and we got to move on and try something else, shoot from a different angle. I'm with you on that. But all I'm saying is I'm keeping it a buck with you as well, and it's just not on one player. Now, look, think about this. What if your son was the quarterback of a team and the rest of the team not doing their job? I ain't saying none of them doing their job, but half of the team are not doing their job, and then they just say, hey, man, your son got to get us to the Super Bowl. He got to get us to the championship. It don't make sense. We only look at these players in the NFL like this. That's what's crazy. But football is the same. You know what I'm saying? It's the same from every single level. It just put more emphasis and more importance on these games, more dollar signs on their names. That's what make people look at it different. But, man, it takes all 53 players to win a Super Bowl, man. It do. Your quarterback can go out there and be wonderful. But if your defense suck, you probably going to lose. You see what I'm saying? If your defense is tremendous and your quarterback terrible and your special teams terrible, you're probably going to lose. Do you understand? It's not just one player or one unit. It takes all 53, man. You got to have some luck involved with it, too. So it's more than just one player. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just one player, man. I just got to stress that. We got to change that narrative in new media because it's ridiculous. Why no other player have a winning stat on their name? What's Zach Martin record? I keep saying Zach Martin because he's an elder statement on the line. Like, what's Zach Martin record? What's Terrence Steele record? You know what I'm saying? I wonder what's Terrence Steele record at home. Somebody let me know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear this crazy stuff outside of the quarterback. That's all mainstream media driven. And it's ignorant when you think about it. It's ignorant. You see what I'm saying? One player, Dak don't even play defense. Dak don't even play defense. He said, I love you, I hate you, depends on you bring to the team. What you bring to the team. Yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, you just got to think, like, it's so many moving pieces and moving parts to a team that's going to win a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. And if you look at KC, answer me this, Ortiz. Do you think the Chiefs would have won that Super Bowl last year without Patrick Mahomes? Or do you think the Chiefs would have won that Super Bowl without that defense? They both need each other. It's a marriage. Patrick Mahomes would have been going home without that defense. I do you one better. If Patrick Mahomes' defense played like the Cowboys' defense played, his ass would have been at the house. Trap. See, I'm getting back in my groove. Now y'all forgot who I was.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
I've been a little rusty because I ain't been able to do this, man. But we finna talk about it now. If Patrick Mahomes' defense would have played like the Dallas Cowboys' defense played, his ass would have been at home too. But we just looking at it like that couldn't get it done. Man, I promise you, Patrick and them didn't score more points than our defense gave up the whole playoff. You need both, man. You need both. Defense saved them. See, this why I like honest people. So we can find a foundation. We can find a middle ground. You see what I'm saying? Let's find the middle ground. We know it's a marriage, Luis Ortiz. We know it's a marriage. So how can you have one without the other? Or better yet, how could you blame one without the other? Think about that. You need both, bro. I know it get frustrating because I'm a Cowboy fan too. I'm mad too. I came out here and cussed Dak ass out too. Trap. But we got to realize that it's more than that. It takes more than that. Like, it just take the whole team, man. It ain't no other way to do it. It's no other way to even express it. It just take the whole team, man. I know it's crazy, but it is what it is. But, man, let's get into a couple of these conversations before we wrap this up, man. First, one of my keys to victory is the Cowboys front seven must stop the run. Stopping Kamara. Hey, that's probably going to be a challenge given how he looked last week. But I am confident in what I seen from my team. I seen my front seven playing sound ball. I didn't see nobody out of place. I didn't see nobody dodging contact like I've been seeing last year. I didn't see no little bitty players trying to avoid these linemen. I didn't see any of that. I seen players that was intense. I seen players that was physical. I seen defensive tackles that was holding their ground. That's what we need to stop the run. Listen to all those things I just named to stop the run. Like, I ain't trying to go back on the Dak stuff, but I'm going to say this. I think that's a good correlation. That's almost like saying, man, Oso Digazua got to stop the run, bro. Trap. Do you see what I mean? Saying that got to win the Super Bowl is almost like saying, Osa, you got to stop the run. I just named like 10 different things have to happen to stop the run. It takes everybody, bro. Like, Osa is not going to be able to do it alone. He going to need Phillips. He going to need Micah. He going to need Tank. He going to need Nealon. He going to need Louisville. He going to need Overshawn. He going to need about 7 players to actually stop the run. So we can't just say, Osa, you got to stop the run. That's how wild it is to say that for real when you think about it. So it takes a whole lot of stuff to stop the run, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we got the things to do it. I feel like we got the people in place. I feel like Zim going to have the scheme ready and the players in position. They just got to play discipline. That's one of my other ones, man. We got to play sound, discipline football. And that goes to us eliminating big plays. Derek Carr and the Saints, they lived off big plays last week against the Panthers. Raheem Rashid, something like that. Number 22 for the Saints. He made a huge play. And it was a great design too. But you gotta understand that we need to be ready for them on the back end. The safety's gonna have to be aware. And the scheme gonna have to be fit with Mr. Zim gonna have to be ready for. Cause what's his name? Kubiak, he know how to stress out your secondary. They showed a good play where the route they ran out the backside with number 22, he made the safety choose between playing him and the outside receiver. And either way, he would have been messed up. So Derek Carr had enough time to stay alive and make that throw. But in our case, I feel like our D-line to get home. We can't sit up there and let him hold the ball that long and be able to make a deep throw. I feel like Zim going to be sending the hounds at him. I don't think we'll just sit back and let him be, you know what I'm saying, like just be surgical or have a lot of time. I feel like that pressure going to be in the game plan. We might be sending blitzes and all kind of stuff. Like, I like when I seen Zim send Overshawn off the edge. Like, Zim was sending Overshawn off the edge. I believe he might have sent Louisville a couple times. Like, Kendrick's got a couple of sacks. Like, we ain't playing far as the second level go. I like it. But let's see what y'all talking about. Far as the big plays, if we eliminate the big plays, though, Derek Carr, he'll check down in a minute. He was checking down a whole lot. So if we don't give him nothing big, he'll take a check down ASAP. You know what I'm saying? And we seen how we played the short passes last week. Like, we had Deshaun Watson checking down to the running backs and the tight ends. Like, he was just trying to get the ball out of his hands so he wouldn't get hit no more. I showed you we had 40 pressures, man. Trap. So he literally just didn't want to get hit no more. He said he didn't want to fight no more. Like Martin said on that episode against Thomas Hitman. Like, he don't want to fight no more. He was just trying to get the ball out of his hands. So I say as long as we play sound, disciplined football, we can eliminate a lot of their big plays, which then will down these boys. Like, they will turn back into the Aints because, listen, they got speed, but that's why the big play is so important. We can't give up no big plays. Chris Olave, the dude Rashid, then they got the tight end hybrid dude, Taysom Hill. He got speed. He's big and fast. So I know they want to misalign them and try to find some mismatches and stuff like that. So we got to be aware of where they at on the field and what's going on a play-by-play basis, man. So we just got to be sound and disciplined and stop these big-time plays. And I feel like we'll just choke these boys out. If they don't get no big plays, I'm ready to stamp it. They'll get choked out, y'all.
Trap.
That's how you gonna know if this game gonna be a long game. If they come out here being able to run the ball, if they come out here making big plays, we might be in for a long day. But I just don't see that happening. So this another key to the victory. I feel like right here is to get out to an early lead, use the momentum. Because listen, I feel like, hey, AT&T Stadium finna be lit, y'all.
Trap.
Everything is gonna be going in our favor when we get out there, man. Like we said, listen to all of this stuff that the crowd has to look forward to. That's what's gonna make this game lit, right? You got the return of Trayvon Diggs. This is the first time you seen him in almost a year. Trayvon Diggs coming off an ACL injury. The return of DeMarvion Overshawn, the Texas kid, Agent Zero, coming off of ACL, balling out. First time he ever played in a home game. Then you got the return of Dak Prescott after getting his big bag. You got the return of CeeDee Lamb after getting his big bag. And you throw on top of that, it's the first game of the year at home. Man, that crowd finna be ridiculous, y'all. So if we don't come out here and have an avalanche, like just going crazy, like first possession, touchdown, first possession for them, 3 and out, or a pick six, or interception, fumble recovery. Like, I feel like it's going to be an avalanche early. Now, if the Saints can survive that, that's another indication that lets you know that it's going to be a longer game, it's going to be a closer game. But I'm thinking we're going to have a landslide coming at them early in the game because that momentum and that anticipation, that hype is going to be crazy coming out of this stadium. The first game, I feel like it's going to be electric. And I can't wait to see that. I feel like they're going to be on 10 and now. Because it's too many new things. It's too many moving parts. We just came out there and shocked everybody. Didn't nobody expect us to beat the Browns like that. Like, we felt like we could beat them. Vegas didn't feel like we can beat them. But nobody expected us to go out there and put foots to these boys.
Trap.
Nobody expected us to handle the Browns the way we did, though. You know what I'm saying? Vegas didn't. Nobody didn't really. We felt like we can win, but we just was like, how much can we win? Like, we can win by how much? Nobody seen a blowout in the Cowboys' favor. Nobody seen that. So I just can't wait to see what this home field advantage gonna be like. We already know how dangerous we are at home. We one of the best home teams in football. This is not me just bragging and boasting. This is me telling you pure facts. That's just how I get down in Cowboy Nation, man. That's how I get down. We are one of the best home teams in football in the NFL. Shout out to Sugar Daddy Williams, man. 9 months of membership. I appreciate you, sir. Thanks for being a member over here in the trap. Hey, man, make sure y'all hit them membership buttons, man. You know, look out for your boy. Make sure you keep some of this consistent content going on. It helps your boy out a lot, and it keeps me going, man. It helps me out. And don't forget that we got this raffle going for this signed Cavante Turpin hat. This the first raffle, so I'll make sure I'll let y'all pick. I got the Shark Tooth Cavante Turpin hat signed by him. And I got a Landlord Sports hat signed by DeMarvion Overshawn. $5 interest, and I'll let y'all pick. Since this the first one, I ain't going to say you got to get this one or that one. I'll let you pick which one you want. Do you want the DeMarvion Overshawn hat, or do you want the Cavante Turpin signed hat? So I'll let the first one pick that. That's what we'll do. Shout out to Metris Adams, man. 6-month membership. I appreciate you. Salute, 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 man. I appreciate them trappers in the building, man. Them trappers in the building. But yeah, man, I feel like this momentum gonna be crazy coming out the gate. You know we do good at that too. We do real good at that. Like that first surge, especially at home. Like I said, if they can survive this onslaught early in the game, that means they a real team and it's going to be a close one. But I don't think so. I think we're going to come out there and go crazy. In the first, like by halftime, I believe it could be like a 14-13, you know what I'm saying? Like a 17-point lead or something. And then from there, it's over with. Choctaw in the building says, Dallas dismantled the Drew Brees-led Saints team and less talented defense. Yeah. Hey, I'm confident in this team, man. Once I seen my defense doing what they was like, holding on to their responsibilities, that's all I had to see. Because I ain't worried about the offense at all. I know the offense going to do what they got to do. Like, I was more concerned about the defense, especially after last year. But now it looks like they mature and they doing what they supposed to do. I'm not too concerned about it at all. Luis Ortiz says, landlord X Vach and X Broadus on 105.3 The Fan. X Sky, I had us kicking their ass just like I do the Saints. I'm worried about Baltimore. Okay, yeah, Baltimore gonna be the true test. But I hope we ain't looking over it. You know what I'm saying? We need to be focused on this football game. And I'm sure we will be, man. This is Dak playing his home team. You know what I'm saying? His hometown team. Like, Dak gonna have it on his mind. I feel like they gonna be led out there to go crazy, man. For real. I really do. Mafia Miles with the prediction, 45-24. I could see something like that. I really could. But I'm looking at HTM Sports said, yeah, that's what we'll do at the end. Give me y'all score predictions. I should do another show before the game, but just to be safe, we can go and do that at the last few minutes of the show. But let's see. HTM said, what'd he say, 30-14? And I'm thinking like 34. Let me see. About 34-17. I think they'll put up a few points, but I think it'll be late. I think they'll score a late touchdown. They'll have a touchdown, a field goal, and then later on in the game, they'll have a touchdown in garbage time. That's what I'm looking at. Or they could get to the red zone a few times and kick a lot of field goals. That could be a possibility too. But I just don't see them putting up a whole lot of points on this defense. I just don't, man. We got the talent and we got a good scheme for all the smoke and mirrors that they do. They love the pre-snap motions and all of that stuff. I feel like long as we be disciplined in our zone we've been running lately, it ain't going to work on us like that. It's not. It's not going to work on us like that. And, like, they got some decent players, but the talent level just ain't on ours. Like, we outman them. Like, we outman them for sure. We got more big guns than them. And, you know what I'm saying? We ready for them. Did you hear what Trey said when they asked him about Chris Olave? Did you hear that? Trey back cocky and confident, man. That what let me know he ready. When I asked him in training camp, I said, what's your biggest flaw in your game? Now, what I said was, what's the most underrated part of your game that people need to put some respect on? He said, I don't have one. Trap. He told me straight up, I don't have one. And then you heard what he said when they asked him about what's the biggest challenge that Chris Olave presents. He said, is that a trick question? Like, he ain't want to get disrespectful, but he like, listen, I'm not worried about none of these dudes. So, hey, look for Trey being Trey again, man. And just to think, we still get Bland back. Bland is not done for the season, y'all. We still getting them back now. Trap. So we'll have 4 good corners. Because it looked like Kalen Carson is a good corner. So far, he looking good. So, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, we'll have Trey, Bland, Jordan Lewis is playing good football, and Kalen Carson. Like, we'll be able to match up with most teams and be confident in what we get out of them matchups, man. I can't wait for it. But, man, do y'all got anything y'all want to touch on before we wrap it up? I just made my hour. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all got anything y'all want to touch on? Do y'all got anything y'all want to talk about before we wrap this thing on up? I'm going to check the comments for a minute, and then we're going to ride out. Mr. Williams says, I said 30 to 20 last week. I almost nailed it. You did. You did. If you said 30 to 20, you came real close. Let's see. Man of Sam Williams playing. Yeah, I hate that. My boy Slam should be here, man. And this was his year, too. I feel like he was going to cut up this year, man. But, hey, what they say, everything happened for a reason, man. JJ the Mime in the building says, why the Saints talking so crazy, landlord? They hype off that Panthers game, man, and it's ridiculous to me. They talking real reckless. They are. They talking reckless. That's why I know the Cowboys is not finna look or overlook them. They finna be ready. They finna be ready for this game. Ms. Nisa says 17 to 37. Yeah, that sounds about right. 3 picks from Derek Carr on Sunday. Did you hear how stressed out that man sounded, man? Trap. That man was in shambles. Like, he said, man, they got talent across the board. Like, I don't know if I seen too many quarterbacks talking with their hands like he was. Like, most quarterbacks be a little more, you know what I'm saying? Derek Carr, like, I don't know. Let me know, am I tripping? I could be tripping. Y'all know me, I'm saying. I don't know too many quarterbacks on the podium talking with their hands like he was, but it was a little weird to me. Let's see. How do you feel Lil Legs getting more touches? Yeah, I'm the wrong guy to ask, man. I'm the wrong guy to ask, man. I hope so, man. I really do, man. They gave him 1 rep last week. 1 carry. I don't know, man. I don't know what we doing with that right now. Because, like, if you just going to give him 1 carry, why even give him 1 carry, you know? Trap. I mean, what could one do with 1 carry? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know, man. Because I can't understand the mindset. Why would one get 1 carry? What could one do with 1 carry? I don't understand. Chata said, look at his comment. Let me see what your comment said then, sir. He says, yes, the Ravens aren't a concern for me, especially if Dallas real about stopping the run. I think they are. I really do. Because half of the battle is just staying in your gaps and doing your job. You know what I'm saying? Half of it is doing your job. Like last year, I'm going to tell you right now, on film, you seen that we didn't trust each other for stopping the run. Like Michael Parsons will be all the way in somebody else's gap because he's trying to save the day. Or Damone Clark will be all the way on the other side of the field trying to do something else. Like, we didn't trust each other. You got to have a level of trust in the run game as well, man. You got to trust that your player in front of you, on the side of you, in front of you, they going to do what they supposed to do. So now you can just worry about what you doing. You see what I'm saying? If you're a superstar like Michael Parsons or somebody like that, you're gonna be like, well, I gotta overcompensate for somebody else and do my job. Like, that's hero ball. That's what gets you beat. And I don't feel like I seen none of that on Sunday. Now, that's 1 game. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's 1 game. I seen a totally different mindset from my defense. That's what made me feel good about it, though. So I'm hoping that translates throughout the year. I'm thinking that's Mike Zimmer coaching. I just think that's his coaching style all around. I just think that the way he teaches his defense, it makes you be accountable, which in turn makes you do your job. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best type of defense you could do. Like, even though we got turnover last week, I don't even know if this gonna be like a super turnover team this year. I just feel like we gonna be stopping shit. Like, we gonna be shutting shit down, though.
Trap.
Hey, wasn't it nice to see us to get some 3 and outs this last week? We ain't get many 3 and outs last year, bro. Can't nobody tell me that. I don't gotta look at the stats. I seen the games. Shit. We didn't get a whole bunch of 3 and outs last year. And I just feel like we gonna have tangible stuff like that we can take and pack up and go to the playoffs with. So we won't be praying to God like I was. I can't speak to y'all. I can't speak for y'all. I'm going to be real with you. I was praying to God, you know what I'm saying? I was praying to the heavens that we could have got a turnover against Green Bay, and it just did not happen. So that right there lets you know, I knew this before, but that right there lets you know that you can't live off of that. You can't live off turnovers, man. You need tangible things like being a good team against stopping touchdowns and getting them off the field on 3rd down. We was never that. So we need those type of tangible stats, and I feel like we closer to having them this year than we was last year. So I feel good about it, man. I really do. I do. But, man, hey, man, make sure y'all tap in for the win, man. Drop a flame, drop a like. Make sure you get the likes up. Run the likes up for your boy, man. There's over 100 people in the chat, man. Make sure I get over 100 likes, man. Help your boy grow. I'm trying to boost this content. I'm trying to go crazy this year in 2024. Just like our Cowboys, man. I'm trying to win the Content Creator Championship. You understand me? That's what we trying to do, man. So if you want to see your boy succeed, man, if you want to see me do well in this space, man, please make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, donate. Make sure you look out for your boy, man, because I'm really trying to do this. I'm taking it serious. You already know I'm trying to give you quality content, so I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. But y'all already know what they say, man. You already know why them haters hate on us. Why? Because we are the great. Greatest. We are the greatest. You know them haters hate us because they ain't us. You know them haters want to try to suppress our success, but nevertheless, we pass every single test with flying colors like no other. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.